All right, you guys, today is day 7. I'm happy for everybody that made it onto the webinar. I got a chance to talk to you guys and see where you were at with certain stuff, and you guys could communicate with me. So it was really cool. I liked that it was so personable, and I felt like I was talking to you guys instead of at you. Today, we're going to be learning about the effective invite. So yesterday, you recorded your video of your business story, which is scary. I know it's scary, but you recorded that video. It's there. You can watch it. I would leave it up if I were you, and any edits that you might make, write it down, change your format a little bit, and re-record it. So that way you can have them to compare one after the other. So record it. Today we're actually going to be trading videos with our accountability partners, and you guys can critique each other's posts after hearing, Stormy's and Candace and Pam and, James and other people that have recorded calls or recorded, YouTube presentations. You guys can critique each other and see where you might add something or take something away, or, if you didn't share enough about your why, you guys can critique each other and make the best possible version before you guys share it with the group and me. So that'll be some of your homework tonight. But right now, we're going to talk about effective invitation, because this business story is what you are going to share on your virtual grand opening to open up the call and then edify me to present the information to people if I'm your sponsor. So the first thing that you need to learn how to do is to invite people to your call properly so that you have confirmed guests getting on. So remember that an effective invitation is first based on a relationship a lot of times. So you want to make sure that you aren't just, pitching someone that you haven't talked to in 25 years. If they're on your list, start initiating contact now and just being like, hey, I saw you pinned that post about that smoothie, and you're getting back into health and wellness. Me too. We should link back up, or we should connect, or we should network. Whatever it is, find a way to get back and talking to them and comment on their posts and like on their posts so that they show up on your feed all the time. Okay. So once you have your list and your starting lineup, your form that is in the group that we created, and you have your top 25 people on it. Okay. That's when you're going to start going down the list and calling. And I want you to identify the people that you are scared to call first. Okay. These are the people that, oh, thank you. Is this my ice cream? Thank you. Let me try it. Oh, is this strawberry? And you put sprinkles on it. Thank you. I appreciate it. Can you wash the dishes? Thank you. And you too. Oh, okay. So you want to have your list, and you want to be able to call through that list of 25 people, and you want to do it very quickly. I want you to identify the people that you're most scared to call first, as well as your flat tire friends. So a few people that you could call at 3 a.m. when you have a flat tire on the side of the road. Okay. So identify those first and knock those out of the way first, because if you're excited and enthusiastic and enough to, when you share the information with them, they'll join just to support you. Okay. Hello. Well, thank you. But identify your starting lineup, and that's where you want to go start calling. Thank you. It's a sock. Bye-bye. Go give it to Daddy. Go give it to Daddy. Here you go. Go give it to Daddy. Thank you. So you want to identify those people first, knock them out of the way. These are the people that you're most scared to talk to or you're most excited to talk to. Do those both at the same time, so you get some positive, feedback from it and you get it going quickly. But the people that you call your reds are people like lawyers, doctors that you may know, psychiatrists or priests, pastors, people like that, that if they joined your organization, something big would happen because they have a lot of clientele or a huge following or a lot of influence. So get those out of the way first. But if they join your business, it would be a huge asset. Usually you have to invite them by asking them for their opinion or for their support or help or advice or a favor, something like that. You don't want to try and sell them on the business usually, unless you have a spreadsheet with facts and figures, and you can genuinely show them how this could be an asset to them. You want to ask them for their advice and for their help and their support, and to get on a call and hear a little bit about what you're doing so they can tell you what they think. But the method for a proper invitation is: number 1, be in a hurry; number 2, show value; and number 3, take it away. Number 1, be in a hurry. First, you want to ask someone if they have a second. If they have a second, great. If they don't, you don't want to, do your 30-second spiel because they'll be too busy trying to get off, trying to find a blank moment to tell you that it's not a good time for them and they need to get off the phone. So make sure that you ask that question. Hey, do you have a second? If they say yeah, which usually they will, you say, great. I only have a second because I'm about to go into a meeting, or I only have a second because I'm about to pick up my kids, or I only have a second because I'm about to get on a conference call, whatever it is, you only have a second. And the psychology behind this is that you don't want this person to ask you a ton of questions. So they need to know right up front that you don't have a lot of time right now. And sometimes I like to say, I know you're super busy, me too, but I wanted to get on the phone with you real quick. And this is where you're going to show value. Number two, show value. So this is where you can lead with your power question or share a little bit about your why, but you want to make it quick. So some of the different things that you can do is you can say, I have something really important that I need to show you. How soon can you be in front of your computer if you want them to watch something on YouTube? Do you think that you can carve out 15 minutes for me tonight? Or do you or anybody you know want to lose 5 pounds in 5 days or make an additional $1,000 a week? Or, let me ask you a serious question. Are you making enough money right now? Another one is, if I found a way to make a fortune on the internet, would you want to know about it? Or, anything like that. Let them know you're having a private call that night, and this is giving you a chance to edify. I've partnered with Austin Freeman, who's earned over $200,000 in the past 2 years. And he's getting on to do a pre-launch in our area. And I thought of you. I wanted you to get behind this movement so that you could be financially responsible for all of the growth here. I thought of you first. I only have 10 seats available. Do you think that you can make it on? You always want to say, make it limited. This is a scarcity tactic. So if you make something exclusive and you say, this is a private call and this is a pre-launch before I tell everybody else about it, I wanted you to lock in your place. You don't say lock in your place, but this is the psychology behind it. And then you let them know that you only have 10 seats. So this is where number three comes in. Take it away. If they can't give you 100% concrete yes, or if they, can't carve out, or if they start asking a ton of questions, that's when you take the opportunity away. You say, hey, I thought this was for you, but maybe it isn't good time right now. Maybe I can get back in touch with you next week, after I've completed this pre-launch. And you get off the phone. This will have them going to sleep at night wondering, like, oh, I wonder what Jackie had to tell me. So that's what the psychology is behind that. But you want to reiterate that you're busy and that space is limited, and it's going to lessen the chances of people standing you up if you let them know you only have 10 spaces, and that you could potentially, fill someone else with you can potentially fill their space with someone else. So let them know you don't have time to get into it right now. If they start asking you a bunch of questions, just like, hey, I only have a few seconds. I got to run into this meeting real quickly, but a lot of your answers will be on this call tonight. If you can find some time to hop on, do you think that you can make it on the call at 7 o'clock? You might want to hop on a little bit early to make sure that your space is reserved. Okay. Say something like that, but do not get off the phone in limbo wondering if they can do it or not. You can accept, can I let you know in 5 minutes or something like that, but don't just put the question out there and not get a response. And the best way to do this is on a phone, because someone can take their phone, look at a text message, and decide not to answer it. We've all done it before when we've gotten in a fight with our boyfriend, like, oh, this is stupid, and you click your phone, you turn it upside down, you put it on silent. You don't feel the conviction to respond to a text message because it isn't urgent. But if you're on the phone, you can hear someone's genuine response, by putting them on the spot. My parents used to hate that because I did it all the time. But you can hear their response and you can see, what they genuinely feel about it. But you don't want to talk people into your business and talk them out of it. So, the chances are that you're not able to answer all of the questions that they have, or you don't know how to do it the best way yet. Or, what I was saying on the call was that you don't want to go through a whole 30-minute presentation with one person when you can get 10 people on a call to do a 30-minute presentation to talk to 10 people at the same time. If you were to call, 4 people and do a 30-minute presentation to each person, and then answer their questions, that would take 2 to 3 hours. But if you got those same 4 people on one call to hear the information and know that 10 other people, that's social proof right there, are on the call, that's how you're going to leverage time. And you've saved yourself, countless hours. And then all you have to do is follow up with them, which we're going to talk about next. but you want to move fast through your list. If you have 25 people on your list, it should take 30 seconds to talk to each person. Give yourself 15 seconds to dial, a second to hang up the phone, cross someone off, or put a check on their name next to it. So you should be done this whole list in 30 seconds. Okay. So go through it very, very quickly. If you don't act like this is fast and this is big and you got other stuff that you got to do, people aren't going to respect you and look at you the way you want them to. So this invitation is key. And a lot of times, people feel like they need to be invited. So they're watching you, waiting for you to invite them. They're like, oh, this looks great. I want to do this. I wonder how I can do this. But they need permission. They need that personal invitation from you. So a lot of people think they need credentials or, that there's requirements, all kinds of stuff to do this. So you don't want to prejudge anybody's interest on your list. So when you're writing your list, that's why we tell you that. But when you go through it, give someone the opportunity to say no. Because, some people like Austin Freeman on the call tonight was telling you, like, if nobody called him and told him about it, where would he be right now? He was sleeping on his mom's couch and had to borrow $50 to start a business. Okay. He didn't even get to enroll with one of the big packages or anything. So don't prejudge anybody's interest because if you have enough belief in this product and this opportunity, then you should be excited to call someone and share someone with someone about this product. You're not nervous to tell someone about your favorite allergy pill, right? Because you don't care about the final result. You're just, it's something that you like, so you don't mind sharing it with another person if you hear Joe Schmo sneeze behind you and is rubbing their nose every 5 minutes. So that's how you should feel about this opportunity. Fit it in. Don't be scared to tell someone about it because you're just sharing the good word. That's it. So when someone tells me no, it doesn't phase me anymore at all because there's so many other people in this world that can benefit. Okay. I know that I'm not trying to give anybody potentially hazardous, products or, scamming them. So I don't feel bad about sharing the information. But you just need to do it with the best intent from the person that you're talking to. Okay. So don't try and be like, oh, you should buy this big package product with all this stuff. If they don't want to lose weight, they don't need to have the resolution drops. You know what I'm saying? Say hi and then go back to daddy. Hi. Okay, thank you. I'll be in a second, okay? Okay. So, never leave without reaching out for your no. Don't prejudge anybody's interest because, regret is crazy. You can feel sorry for not presenting the business to somebody. So you definitely don't want, to leave without reaching up for your no. Give someone the opportunity to turn you down. Another thing that we're going to talk about tonight is building relationships with people and making sure that you are learning a little bit about how they tick, what motivates them, what excites them. Find out the more information that you can find out about someone, the better because it overlaps. You can find out, what you have in common and what overlaps, and it's called the form method. I like F stands for family, O stands for. Hold on one second, you guys. O stands for occupation. R stands for recreation. So these are things that are going to get people telling you more about themselves. And that's what you want. You want them to open up and share a little bit about, what excites them. What do they love doing? What do they do for a living? If you find out a little bit about their family, you may find out that their child has special needs or that their mom has cancer. Boom, you have something to leverage with. You know how you can add value to this person and help them. If you know a little bit about their occupation. Just today, I had a waitress come in and I was able to tell her how I was a waitress. She started at IHOP. I started at Bob Evans when I was 16. We can overlap. I told her a lot of the characteristics. I know that I was able to talk to people. I'm not a huge people person, but I was able to talk to people when I needed to get a desired result from them or find out a certain amount of information. So I'm not the type of person by nature that likes to go out and talk to people. In high school, I walked around with a mead mug on my face. But as a waitress, I'm able to open up and talk to people and do so because I know that I can make money from it. So that's a great characteristic that we have as waitresses. We're people persons. People, whatever, you know what I meant. But anyway, so I was able to find out a little bit about her occupation. And not only does that lend itself well, but we know how to train people. We have to train other waitresses, and we were trained by someone. So we're coachable and we know how to lead a team. And then, you're as a waitress, you're also exposed to tons of people a day. So I was able to show her the overlap in how she could, potentially double her income, and she needed to lose weight after having 3 children. So I was able to show her the value. Okay. I wasn't just saying, oh, you're fat, here's some products, whatever it was. I was able to find out a little bit about what makes her tick, what she does for a living, what she likes, what are her hobbies. That's the recreation in R. What is your hobbies? What do you like doing, with your disposable income? Find out a little bit about it and find out a way to use that to build a TLC business in their spare time doing something they love. Okay. So these are ways to build a genuine relationship with someone before trying to pitch the business. The last one is M, which is message. And that's when you'll pitch the business and say, the whole time you should be leading up to it. But um, this is so and so. This is what we talked about. Now I don't know if you may have known it or not, but I actually was about 185 before I had kids, and now I average about 134. You show them a before and after picture and say, I tried this great detox tea and I lost 7 pounds in 5 days. I know you said that you were trying to get healthy. You work at California Pizza Kitchen. You should try this tea because it's a great way to segue into losing weight because you see an instant gratification. You have no change to your diet or exercise, and all you have to do is boil some water, add some more water to it in a tea bag, put it in your fridge, and drink it. It's convenient, it's easy. So you'll actually do it, and you'll lose 5 pounds in 5 days at a minimum, and it's guaranteed or your money back. Try this out, and if you like it, call me back because I have 42 other products that you're gonna love. And then you can even give them a call and say, on your way home, if you're interested, I know we talked about it a little bit, but I didn't want you to feel on the spot or pressured, but you can call in this number and hear a little bit more about the other products that we offer. And if you have any questions, just give me a call. And that puts them on a line to hear about the products, but not only about the products, but the business opportunity. Because halfway through the call, they're going to say, okay, well, if you joined, this call to hear a little bit about the products and what we're doing, and you want to join as a customer, get back to the person that brought you on the call. But if you're like me and you want to get paid and have the potential to earn some money for referrals on what you're already doing, taking products, then stay here and listen to how we have the number one compensation plan in the industry, and you could earn money from a result. Okay, so that's kind of how I like to do it with building relationships with people after I go through my warm market, because I've been through my warm market list several times. So I have to constantly build more people on top of it. You should constantly have a list going of 100 people, 200 people. And as you cross out 3 no's from the top, you should be adding 3 more people to the bottom so that you constantly have this long list going. Okay. Look, someone just texted my phone right now. Opportunity. Okay. This is my chance right here to let them know about the opportunity. I'm constantly putting stuff on social media, constantly giving out business cards, constantly talking to my clients. You cannot be scared because I know that I'm helping these other people. I'm not telling them to buy crack or to buy coke or selling them drugs. I'm helping them. I'm giving them the opportunity of a lifetime to build a global business from their living room, ladies and gentlemen, to get healthy, to increase the longevity of their life, to increase the quality of their life, to bring their body back to, the state that it's supposed to be working in. I'm not doing anything bad, so I don't feel bad about pitching this business. At the very least, you're going to get a no. You're going to get, oh, okay, this isn't for me right now, or I don't have the money. Okay, that's fine. Keep it going. You've got, there's 15 people in Starbucks at any given moment. Go in there and make friends with everybody. It's not that hard. You just add people into your network. And if you're scared of talking to people, you got to get past it. And the only way you're going to get past it is by doing it. So that's what I have to say about that. But you want to build and create relationships, and if you need help and you need an acronym, the form method is absolutely awesome. Learning how to pique interest is kind of goes the same thing with what I've been talking about this whole time. But learn how to talk people into your business without talking them out. You don't want to share too much information. Your goal is to get them to the presentation. Next, you really, really, really need to learn about edification. Okay, you need to learn how to talk good about somebody else, make them seem like Princess Diana or Beyonce or someone highly influential that has a positive role in society. But you want to learn how to talk so great about someone that your potential prospect wants to get on the phone. Like their night isn't complete until they get on the phone and hear this person share their story. So you have to be able to tell someone else's story and get really, really excited about it. So I am a master at telling Austin's story. I can tell it because I've heard it so many times. I ask him what his story is before I have him come and speak on a call so that I can touch on, what the most important things are. So, if I can get on a call and be like, Mr. Austin Freeman is going to get on our call tonight. Now, I don't know how many of you guys have heard of him before because he's not even from here. He's from Indiana and we're building a business together. But Mr. Austin Freeman was sleeping on his father's his baby mother's or his mother's couch. He was sleeping on his mother's couch for how long. He's got 4 kids, he's got 3 baby mothers, and was didn't even have a job to live paycheck to paycheck on. He couldn't even pay his cell phone bill. That's how bad it was. But he got on a call. He heard Mr. James Dentley, the first rep to ever be enrolled in a multimillionaire and an author and a speaker coach. He heard him on a call. He got on the phone with him. And Mr. James Dentley said to him, do you think that you can make a list of 30 to 50 people and call them and say, if I got you on the phone with a multimillionaire, would you want to hear what he has to say about how he's making money? Okay. He got 30 to 50 people to get on the call. He got 26 of them to sign up. He made $1,000 in his first hour and walked across the stage 6 months into the business, earning over $100,000 based on $50 that someone lent him to join this business. Would you not want to get on that call and hear that? I know I would. So you got to learn how to tell someone else's story and get someone so excited about it. You can talk about how he helped his mother with lupus, and you can find different aspects to talk about to different people based on what you think will pique their interest. But you've got to get good at getting someone excited about this third party that they don't know because they trust you. It's called the edification triangle if you want to research more on it, but they trust you, okay? Because they know you. They know, oh, well, if Jackie's doing it, I can do it. Jackie is, in the same class at the same level as me. You see all these big people like Stormy Wellington making all this money, but you're like, oh, okay, Jackie's doing it. Oh, okay, this person's doing it. And they think that they can do it. So you get them on the call, they trust you, but because they trust you, now you're building this bridge of respect between the prospect and the presenter, okay? Because they trust you, but they may not respect you to lead them in business because they know your dirty draws. They know that you borrowed $100 from someone last week. So why would they join you in business? You might have even borrowed $100 from them. So you're building this bridge to this third party. It's like the Wizard of Oz, the person behind the big curtain type of thing. Okay, they don't know this person, but you're talking so good you could say whatever you wanted to about them. But let's stick with the truth. So you tell them about this person, and now they're so excited to get on and hear their story. Okay, so you get on, you talk a little bit about what you've done with the product, so you make it real for them. I lost 7 pounds in 5 days by drinking this tea. I couldn't believe it. I was a skeptic at first. I always like to address the negative issues that people always face with this, but I like to, I don't have money, I don't have time, does it really work type of thing. So these are the three, and I was a skeptic. Everybody's a skeptic. So just say that you were too. Identify with them because we all were. So I addressed that. I was scared because I didn't have a lot of extra time to do this. I have 2 kids under the age of 4. I didn't have a whole lot of extra money. And I just really didn't believe it worked because I tried all these other weight loss products. You want to identify with your prospects because those are everybody's questions, and they want to know, is it real? Can I do it, and will I have help? Okay. So now you are identifying with them. You're saying, I'm at the same level with you right now. I didn't believe that the tea worked until it sat on my desk for 2 weeks, and then I made it and I lost 7 pounds in 5 days, and I was a believer. Okay. So you identify with them, and then you say, I stepped out in faith. I knew that I couldn't, make a fortune living off of $30,000 a year. So I had to learn to work 9 to 5 for my job and then work 5 to 9 on my fortune, on myself, and build myself up. So, that's what I did. I invested a little bit of money. I made a few sacrifices and I bought into the business because I knew that the products had a money back guarantee. And I knew that I needed this so that I was going to make it work. So you tell a little bit about your story, you get people on the phone, and then you build that bridge. You start edifying the person that's going to talk and share the information. Now they've heard it from your mouth. They know that it's real. And now they want to see if they're going to have help and can they do it. And the answer is yes, you can do it because if I can do it, you can do it. If you can do it, everybody can do it. Okay. So that's the goal of the virtual grand opening and the psychology behind it. After the virtual grand opening, people should call you or text you afterwards with their interest or, whatever. Some people won't though. So you don't want to call them right away. Okay. You don't want them to think that you are desperate. So if people don't text you right away and set up a time to talk, the next day is when you want to follow up with them and you want to ask them a simple question. What did you like best about what you heard? Okay. This gives them the opportunity to lead with a positive light. Okay. Because if you're new, you may not be able to answer a whole bunch of questions or handle negativity. So you want to ask them, what did you like best about what you heard? And they may say, I like the fact that I can retail these products in my store and make double the income. And I agree with them. Again, say, yes, oh my gosh, that was one of my favorite points when I joined too. I was able to make $24,000 in my first 4 months and become the number one retailer in the entire world selling these products to my current tattoo customers, during my spare time and during time that I was already investing with my clients tattooing them. Okay. You want to show them, yes, yes, that is real. And that's a great point. And I love it too. And here's how I used it to my advantage to make $24,000 and walk across the stage with the check. Right. So you find out what they like best and you listen to them, you agree with them, and you edify whatever they said. Yes, that's true. And then you say, hey, you know what? Do you have a second? The gentleman, Austin Freeman, that was on our call last night, presenting the information. I actually told him a lot about you. I know I couldn't call you last night because I was helping 3 people enroll. Psychology, you guys. I was helping 3 people enroll. Or 5 people called me after the call last night trying to get signed up as soon as possible to lock in their place. You want to show social proof and show them that other people want to do this. Okay. So I was telling Austin Freeman a lot about you. And I was telling him about you, and he doesn't even believe you're real. So I just wanted to get you on the phone with him real quick. Do you have a second? Boom. This is where you do the 3-way call. Hey, Austin, I have Jamie on the other line, and she really likes the retail aspect of the products. Do you have a second to talk to her? Yes or no? Yes, you merge the 2 calls. Hey, Austin, this is Jamie. I have her on the line. And you want to edify both people right now. You build both people up, make them feel really good about themselves. So I've known Jamie for a long time now. We actually went to college together and we were sorority sisters. And I just know that Jamie has what it takes. And she actually got on the call last night and she was really interested about the retail aspect of the products and how you can earn money right away from a state of the art e-commerce website. And I was telling her a little bit about you, about how you were able to help people with products and make a lot of money by, whatever it is you say, you bridge the two together, you find an overlap, you make it work, and then you shut up. Okay. You let the people do most of the talking on the phone unless someone asks you a question. You shut up. You let the person doing the 3-way call will edify the situation. Now, remember that this person just got off a call and they know that you're going to make 50% off of whatever they enroll with. Okay. So you don't want to be the person to ask them for the money if they know you. You want to have someone else do it. Okay. So you get on the phone and Austin is not going to get off the phone now until, the very last question. He answers any questions, any objections because he's the professional. He's been in the business for a long time and he knows the right things to say. So you let him do all of the hard work, and then he's not going to let the person get off the phone with saying, "Hey, what package are you ready to get started with tonight?" Okay. You never want to leave it in limbo at the end of any conversation, whether you're retailing, whether you're recruiting, whether you're setting up a follow up. You never ever want to get off the phone not knowing what your next step is going to be. So, if you say what package are you prepared to get started with tonight, that gives the other person the opportunity to say, "Hey, I don't get paid until Friday, so I can't join tonight." Or this doesn't really sound like something I'm interested in doing. But at the end of the day, you want to reach for your no. Okay. Don't let someone get off the phone without giving you a concrete answer. And don't be scared to get a no because now you know that you've only been through 25 people on your list and you have this many more to get through. Okay. It's the law of large numbers. So the more people you talk to and put into the funnel, the more people that are actually going to come out. So if you talk to 2 people, you have a chance of getting 0. But if you talk to 25 people, you have the chance of getting 3 or 4. Okay. It's the law of large numbers. The more people you have, going into the funnel, the more people you have coming out. And the people that say no, like Austin said on the call, it's not Macy's. When you leave, you don't have people running out chasing you. You let them go and you deal with the people that are in the store that are interested and ready. Okay. So that's a 3-way call. That's how you edify. That's how you do the call. That's how you invite to the call. This is the virtual grand opening call. So everybody on the call, I believe, scheduled their dates with me. I want you guys to write your date below. And I want you guys to the call that your business story that you recorded. I want you to send the link to your accountability partner, and I want you guys to critique each other, share the critiques. I don't want you to post it on the wall yet unless you want to, but share the critiques and let me know in the comments below that you shared it, because the next day is going to be sharing it with, re-recording it and sharing it with us. So make sure you do that. Um, what else do I want you guys to do? I want you to make sure that you've talked to both Austin and Deetra Davis. Okay. I want you to make sure that you're staying consistent with your business activity tracker. Remember, it is about prospecting, closing, prospecting, closing, prospecting, closing, prospecting, closing, and then building those people up. Okay. So prospecting, closing, invite as many people as you possibly can in the shortest amount of time, because success loves speed. Okay. So make sure staying on track with your business activity tracker. But if you're not, at the very least, you should be doing the invitation and the follow up. Okay. Those are the most important things that you should be doing on a daily basis, and you should be doing 3 to 5 people. If you compound at least 3 people a day, 7 days a week, that's 21 people going into your funnel. Okay. 21 people a week. If just 2 of those people join you in business, then you have over 12 months, you have 24 business partners. Okay. So just think about that, how things can compound over time. I want you to make a workout video. So if you don't work out, now's the time to start. I want you to go on to, if you don't know how to work out, you can hashtag search on Instagram. You can find a Pinterest post. If you're like Tammy and you don't like working out, you like doing yoga instead, do a yoga video, something healthy, taking a brisk walk, running, doing some squats or some ab workout, doing the couch potato workout, whatever it is. Make a workout video and post it to your page so that people can see that you are taking your health and your fitness and your lifestyle very seriously. Let's see. Okay, and after that, we're just going to start going in through our list. So a lot of the first week was personal development, learning how to do all this stuff, but now we're going to actually start implementing it. So your virtual grand openings are all scheduled, and you need to start inviting your guests to it. Let us know any problems that you have along the way, potential problems that you foresee that we can help you with. But you should have talked to Dee, you should have talked to Austin, which are your lifelines. You should have listened to the full Jim Rohn. What I've been listening to is Darren Hardy, and it's called Making the Shift. So that's what we're going to start listening to now. I like that everybody did their own personal development yesterday, but this one's really good. I listened to it twice today while I was tattooing. But yeah, that's what we're going to do today. You have your Google account, you have your YouTube account, you recorded your video, switch videos, so you can critique your business story that you're going to share whenever you do a meeting, a call, any of that stuff. And also, you might want to share your progress with your 5 pounds in 5 days journey. You posted your tea, a picture you making your tea and your starting weight. You posted a picture drinking it. Now you want to post a picture and make sure that you're losing that 5 pounds in 5 days so people can see that it's really real. They want to see you doing it, not Candace Bird Davis, not Nina Moore. Those are great stories of what it can potentially do, but they know you and they want to see you doing it, okay? So let's get on those virtual grand openings. Let's practice those business stories and let's get moving, you guys. Bye.